married 5 times. What do you think you learned about yourself going through that?
All right, let's contextualize that. That's a fact, but let's look at the fact that I was also married 4 times for less than a year, actively married. There was always a little bit of a long sort of decay curve through separation and divorce, but actively married, cohabitating for 1 year, 4 times. So I wasn't very good at it. And now I've been married happily and having earned that happiness, which you find out that you have to work at it, for 25 years and going strong and looking forward to the next 25 years. So I think it's a learned art. And I think that we all grew up with a kind of a fairy tale kind of approach to marriage in our culture. There's a lot of money to be made around weddings. And I think women, probably a little more than men, invest a lot in the idea of the big wedding and somehow that's going to cement the relationship, when really, you should just go do it in Vegas and not spend the money and then put all that effort and energy into the work it takes to really be with somebody relationally for a long period of time. Because you're constantly learning about the other person. And I think you have to make a pact with yourself to actively want to make them happy. Not your version of what should make them happy, but what actually makes them happy. And that's a learned thing, because earlier on it was sort of like conditional. As long as you still love me, I'll love you, right? Or as long as this is still worth it for both of us, or even just worth it for me, I'll be in it. But the second that's no longer the case, hasta la vista. And that doesn't work. And, it took me a while to realize that.
What was involved on your end with realizing that?
Life, just realizing, is it me? I seem to be the common denominator here. I could unpack each one individually, and they were all different learning curves, and they were all different experiences. Linda Hamilton and I hung on for a long time, long after we probably should have. We were together for 7 years, and we loved each other. We just didn't get along, and when you realize that that's possible, that you can really love somebody, but just not get along, not cohabitate, not coexist.
You think you were looking for the wrong thing in a match in the earlier days?
No, I fall in love with people I can learn from. So I'd fall in love with somebody that I admired greatly. I admired Gail greatly. I admired Catherine greatly. I admired Linda greatly. But I think I didn't pre-select well enough for people that could stand me, that I could stand them. Everybody's got their habits and their ways, and,
How are you challenging to stand?
I'm busy. I got to do. The center doesn't hold. I think that, I don't want to unpack each one of these individually, but I would like to say generally, I really admired and loved the women that I was, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that time, because I learned from it. I learned from them. I always feel I came out of it better than when I went into it.